My name is James Williams Jr., and this is Kung Fu Habit number 2. And if you've seen my 11, 12, however many PSAs I've done, and it has pissed you off and made you think, wow, James, you're an asshole, or you're a dickhead, or you're a douchebag full of dick tips, or you're an evil motherfucker. Good. There's a reason why I did that. And here you go. There are a lot of important things that we must face in the world. And a lot of us aren't man or woman enough or brave enough to even take the initiative to do such a thing. So I took the initiative to do such a thing. And that thing is to tell you guys the truth. There are a lot of issues that we don't want to face. There are a lot of issues that if we continue to not want to face them, that's why they keep fucking happening. Issue number one, racism. Racism tends to mostly be an American thing because it seems like America is probably the most racist country. Everybody has an unseen thing in some countries where it's not really racism, it's just foreignism. It's like it's not that we hate you, it's just that you're foreign and you're visiting our country, and as long as you're visiting and not trying to stay here, then we're okay with you. But if you're visiting and you plan on making a stake or staking your claim here, yeah, we're gonna have an issue with you for a while, and then we're gonna get used to you, and then you're just gonna be like everybody else. So fuck it. But in America, racism is the biggest fucking issue that Americans face today. Why do we face it today? Because no one wants to sit on their ass and talk about it like adults. We all just want to try and make it an understanding or undersaid or unsaid thing that no one really wants to talk about because people are racially sensitive and no one wants to get punched in the face. That's pretty much the gist of it. No one wants to get their ass kicked, so everybody just sweeps it under the rug like it's nothing. The other issue is unwanted children and lack of responsibility. Now, I'm not going to be diversified in saying that ethnically this tends to happen to more people of color than not, because there are people of non-color who have unwanted children as well. Now, by any means necessary, if your child was an accident, I'm pretty sure you don't want them to know that, so you probably shouldn't be letting them watch this video. But if you are letting them watch this video and they are an accident, then you probably should tell them the truth so they don't find out that their entire existence was a big fucking mistake. Alright? Now, why do I say that? Because I often feel like my entire existence was a big fucking mistake. Now, whether it is or whether it's not, God has a plan for us all. And for those who don't believe in God, if you're an atheist, then the great cosmic spirit of whatever the hell you believe in has a plan for everyone. And like it or not, we're on this road until the road for you comes to an end. Because there is something that we all have, and although we run out of it, it never stops. And that's called time. For those who don't know. Yes, I've used that in my Love 13 graphic novel, which I'm still looking for a publisher. So if anybody out there can give me some advice on how to get one or how much does it cost to publish a book, let me know so I can do this. Because I have like 9 thick-ass notebooks that's ready to go. Also about to start my other graphic novel called American Konoichi. Anyway, for those who don't know what that is, ask somebody Japanese. Okay, so let's talk about the unspoken issue of racism first. Racism. When you look at me, this is how you know that someone is a racist. Alright? I am part Native American, that would be Cherokee Indian. I'm also part black, and I'm also part white. So I personally do not have the right to be a racist, and I've pointed that out to you guys probably from the beginning. Not for Kung Fu Havoc number 1, but for Kung Fu Havoc number 2. I've probably pointed that out from the beginning, and why it's so hard for me to get an acting job is because there's no one writing stories about people like me. Which is why I have buckets of computer disks with stories for people like me. I just don't have any money. A man with an idea is just a man. A man with an idea and money to back the idea is dangerous. Okay? Y'all can use that. That's a really good quote because it's a truth quote. If I had money, I'd be dangerous. Now, racism. The form of disliking a person due to the color of their skin or their ethnic background. If you hate me because I am mixed, you are a racist. If I hate you because you are black, white, or Asian, then I am racist. If you hate other people because they are black, white, or Asian, and you are not, then you are a racist. Do I need to define that one more time? If you do not like a person due to the color of their skin or their ethnic background, if you don't like me because my eyes slant when I smile, and it makes me look more Asian than I probably already do, and if you don't know what my ethnicity is, just rewind the tape. But anyway, if you hate someone because of this and this, that's that difference, then you, unfortunately, are a racist. If you don't like the way that I just did an accent, I'm an actor, and sometimes I slip into British accents and Asian accents just on reflex alone. But if you don't like me for that, you're a racist. Now, the thing about racism only can be stopped when we address it. Just like the fucking word nigger, or the fucking word honky, or the fucking word cracker, or the fucking word spick, gook, or chink, or jap, or slant eye, or slope, or wetback, or any other derivative name that is featuring a human being in a negative light due to the fact that they can't help what fucking color they are. So as long as we're not willing to address that shit, it's never gonna stop. Because somewhere down the line, someone who is a racist is going to say something to you, or you're going to say something to someone else that's either gonna come off as racist, which makes you a racist, or people are gonna mistake you and think that you're a racist. So we kind of have to be very right on what we say, politically and affectionately. Now, a lot of you people don't like me because I don't like Donald Trump, because Donald Trump is a motherfucking racist. And the first thing you're saying, oh, he's not a racist. Really? Really? Why don't you go find the news footage of, I don't have any ties to Standing Rock. I'm not going to do anything to that pipeline if I become the president. I'm not going to let that pipeline happen. Liar and racist. Check and check. Because the first thing he did after Obama had put that damn protection order involved is he got rid of it. But he's not a racist. He doesn't think that Native Americans deserve to keep their land, but he's not a racist. So he wants the people in charge, and we know that it is not a black company driving through their fucking land, because black people don't make that kind of money. And the ones that do ain't gonna spend that kind of money to make a pipeline from state to fucking state. Alright, why is that? Because we're trying to fight to keep whatever the fuck we got. Alright? It's not a Native American company that's going to go through there, because they may put a casino up there to make money for the people, but they're not going to squander the sacred land to do so. They have boundaries in these Native American casinos. Why don't you ask a Native American? Alright? Let's keep that shit real. There's boundaries. They do a spiritual blessing before they build anything. And that's most tribes. That's not just a Cherokee thing. That is most tribes. We do blessings before we do dumb shit. Now, for those big high dollar oil companies that wants to run pipelines through people's lands, karma's a motherfucker. And I hope that the spirit of Coyote the Trickster finds you and fucks your shit up. Now, let's go on to something that's less not talked about. The woman's right to choose, deadbeat dads, and how many times does this shit happen to people? So, you're out, you're having a good time, you're at a party, you meet a banging ass chick, she's all about being the DTF girl, and she's drunk, so y'all go home. Oops, y'all forgot to use a condom. She's not on birth control, and y'all don't have the morning after pill. Well, guess who just got created, and guess who just got fucked? That's right, a child's coming into this world by fucking accident, because somebody didn't get a lick, they got a dick. And not only did they get a dick, that dick has made her pregnant, and he's gonna run, run, run. And this is one of those unspoken things that you, as men, need to talk to your daughters about. And your sons. Why did I put daughters first? Daughters have an innate ability to want their father's attention. It is not that they want it, they need it. If a daughter has a father in her life who prepares her for the dumbass things that happen to girls when they meet boys who are dumb and have dicks, and girls that aren't lesbians, will try the dick at least once, and sometimes it'll be a great experience and sometimes it won't. But they need to know what happens when you ride a dick. As a father, and if I'm lucky enough to have a daughter or a son within the next 7 to 8 years before I fucking die with a great health insurance plan, this is your father speaking to whatever I name you. Young lady, I cannot stop you from having sex. I have accepted it. That is a fact of life. but I can prepare you for the consequences of having sex. Do not disappoint your father. Do not have a baby before you have a career. Because daddy is going to put boot to ass if you do. Now let's go to my son. Son, I cannot stop you from having sex. Do not fall into the trap of, I fucked her, I knocked her up, it's not mine. It very well could be yours. But if you're having sex with the neighborhood trollop, it very well could not. So here's my tip to you. Fucking asshole. I gave you condoms. Why the fuck didn't you use them? If you're having sex with the neighborhood trollop or a girl who gets around easily, maybe you ought to double strap that shit. I suppose you guys thought I was going to be nicer to my son because I like getting pussy too. Wrong. I'm going to be worser to him. So I'm going to be nice to my daughter because she has to live with that. She has to carry the baby. She has to create the baby. And she is the one ultimately that's going to make the decision on, do I want to have this asshole's baby or do I just want to have a good time? Ride the dick, get a lick, and get the fuck out my face. That's what I want my daughter to say. I don't want her to say, ride the dick, leave the candy in my stomach so 9 months later I can have a little baby boy or a girl that I have to prevent from doing all the dumb shit that got me in this in the first fucking place. Now as for my son, I'm gonna beat the holy fucking shit out of you if your dumbass goes out and gets somebody's pregnant and don't do your motherfucking job as a daddy. Because that's not fucking cool. Okay? Now why am I going to be harder on my son? Because it takes two to make one. Most men, we can't resist pussy. I'm sorry. You probably shouldn't be letting any kids watch this video. And if you're 12 minutes in, you're probably too fucking late. But if you're just getting started, yeah, this is the part where you probably want to take the kids out of here because this stuff gets righteously blunt. Alright? Back to my son. I will personally grab you by your motherfucking neck and beat the holy living fuck out your ass with my belt. If you are 14, 13, 12, and you're sticking your dick in places that don't involve a socket in the wall there. If you're having sex at 13, you're too young to be fucking. And I'm going to be beating your ass every fucking day. Especially if you're fucking a 13-year-old girl and you get her pregnant. Because 13 is the time where you're discovering yourself. You're living your life. You have school academic things that you should be doing. Like maybe kung fu, like dear old dad here. Or maybe working on some acting. Or shooting hoops. Or playing football. Or something that will prepare your life into the instance of, I'm going to have a future. I'm going to be somebody. Not, I have to accept whatever job I can to put food on my baby's stomach. Okay? Which is why I'm being harder on my son because the baby did not ask to be here. And 9 times out of 10, if you're a pretty boy and if I'm blessed with the God to give you great looks, because I don't have them, but if you have them, girls flock to you. And girls will tend to get knocked up by you because you look good. They want a good-looking baby. So let's not have that shit happen, or it's going to be the tip of my boot to the backside of your ass. And if I can still jump by the time you're old enough to be fucking, you might get the tip of my boot right to the face. Now, as for my daughter, Daddy only has one rule. I can't stop you from having sex, but if you get pregnant before you're 11, 12, or 13, if you're not 18 and through school and you get pregnant and it's not a rape case, you're a dead man. Excuse me, you're a dead woman. Because baby goes in with penis. My boot is going in right behind it. So therefore, you should be able to feel free to come and talk to your daddy about the things that you are experiencing. Except for PMS, because there's nothing daddy can really do to subdue that shit. But that's a fact of life. But if you're going to have sex, I don't want to know how, it made you feel. No. But I do want to know, do I need to take your ass to the doctor so we can get you some BC pills or an abortion? Because you're not having that baby at 12 or 13. And hopefully they won't fuck you up so that you can't have children anymore. But here's the thing. Kids should not be having kids. If you're 19 years old, okay, if you got your college out the way and you're grown and you have a good career and you're living on your own and you're not under daddy's roof and you're fucking like mad, okay, just don't let me find out about it. We're good. And don't fuck any of my friends. Yeah, they'll be old ass men. And old men's dicks still rise. I'm old and my dick still rises. Anyway, make sure that you're with someone your own age and make sure you have sex mostly for love. But I guess if you got an itch and you got to scratch it, knock yourself out. But make sure that asshole is wearing a condom. And unfortunately, I'm going to say this, and this is nasty because poop is bad. If you don't want to use birth control and you don't want to not have sex, then have anal. That way he can't get you pregnant. Ride his pecker in reverse. He doesn't have to know which hole it's in as long as it's in a hole. So after you do that, then throw him the fuck out your house. And don't let him come inside you. No cream pies, darling. Okay, now for my son. Same fucking thing. If you don't want to get her pregnant, anal sex. If you have a decent job or a career and your life is like way the fuck up here and you have money set on the side just in case shit goes wrong, then you can do the cream pie thing. But if you don't, and if you're stupid, I need to double enforce the fact that if you get a girl pregnant before you're 21 or 25 or have your life together, I'm going to break my boot off in your ass. Now, I'm closing out this video with one last thing. I've touched on rapists. I've touched on sex. I've touched on racism. Those are three things that really concern me with the people in the world today. But unless we all sit down and teach our children how to be professional and how to look at the world with real eyes and not look at the world through fantasy, because having a kid is not a fucking joke, and being raped is not a fucking joke, and a woman having the ability to choose not to carry a rapist baby is not a fucking joke, and they should have that right. Being an unwanted father because the girl decided to have a baby and you didn't want it to begin with is kind of your fault because you should have put a fucking condom on. And if she's allergic to condoms, then you should have just ate the pussy and ran away. Simple as that. She can't get pregnant by your tongue. Ladies, same concept. Now I know this sounds like an asshole thing to say, and it is, and I'm honest about it. I don't give a fuck if I've offended you or not. I just hope that there's no children watching. But I will tell you this. You have things in life that you need to face. You have things in life that we all need to face, and we all choose not to face them because the truth is too fucking hard for people to accept. But the better that you know about the truth, the better your chances of actually making your life worth living without having all kinds of fucking problems. Unless you're one of those people who just have to have problems in your life. I'm James Williams Sr., this is Kung Fu Athlete number 2. There's too much noise here. Be seeing you.